Your control is blocking God's blessing. In this video, I'm going to share biblical examples as well as draw from my own personal life on why you should give up control and trying to make things happen in your own life and give God the wheel. Taking control over your life and trying to make things happen for yourself, as well as trying to control all the outcomes to certain circumstances in your life, is not only draining and exhausting, but it's a hassle and a burden, and it brings forth a weight that is so heavy that we were never meant to bear. Let's talk about Abraham real quick in the Bible. Initially, his name was Abram, but God renamed him to Abraham, which means father of many nations. Well, him and his wife did not have any kids. In fact, Sarah, his wife, was barren, and they were unable to conceive. And so God's promise for them was to deliver a special child. And after years and years of waiting, they grew tired. And so Sarah, his wife, devised a plan for Abraham to take his handmaiden and that they would conceive a child, and that would be God's special child. Well, that went sideways. That was not God's plan for them at all, not even close. So after all of the strife and envy and jealousy and consequences from that, they had to wait even longer. But eventually God did deliver them, and they were able to have their special child. They were old, but God delivered them. Had they waited on God initially instead of trying to take matters into their own hands, it's more than likely that God would have delivered them a lot sooner. And let's talk about King David. He went through a lot of things before God made him king, and after he was crowned king, he became perfectly aligned with God. And after some time, there was a woman that he desired and lusted after, and he made a really bad decision and went after her, and he took her. This woman was married, and she did not belong to him at all. And it gets worse. He had her husband killed so that nobody could find out. This was not God's plan for him at all. But what did he do? He went and took matters into his own hands, and he suffered the consequences of that. But in the end, God took the bad thing that David did and created something beautiful out of it. Real quick, from my own personal life, I have a couple projects that are in the works, and I found myself trying to make them happen quicker than God would have them happen. And I've experienced setback after setback because God is trying to put me in my place and say, hey, you know what? Take your time. I'm giving you step after step after step. Take each step as it comes. Don't try to go ahead of me. Same with the relationship that I'm trying to reconcile. This person means everything to me, and I know that this person is going to be back in my life. And at one point, I was just trying to make it happen, and no matter what I did, nothing seemed to work. And God told me, look, I told you that this relationship is going to happen, but it has to be on my terms, not yours. At the end of the day, we do not have the power that God has. We cannot make anything happen for ourselves. All we're called to do is obey God and step out in faith. Now, we are partners with God, but once we do those things, then it leaves more room for God to work in our lives. So let go of control and stop hindering the blessings that God has in store for you, because He wants to give them to you. But you gotta release all things control. Because I've got news for you, and this is coming straight from God. You are not the one in the driver's seat. He is.